I was affected a lot. I caught like the drift of everything that was going on with him.
Carlay gets candid about her journey as the first lady of YSL.
Plus, we get all the deets on why she has no regrets about her tumultuous relationship with Young Thug.
I ride, I done died.
I dealt with acne for like 10 years.
And we're going skin deep with rapper and Instagram phenomenon Ty Taylor.
I spent like over $20,000 trying to fix my skin.
But first, we go in the comments to see if your male best friend is off limits when he's in a new relationship.
We are getting into all the things
On tonight's edition of
Black Girl Stuff.
Welcome to Black Girl Stuff. Tonight we're getting down and dirty with Carlay, kicking it with social media's challenge queen, Ty Taylor, and doing it for the culture with this week's Black Girl Boss. But first, let's dive in the comments to break down whether or not men and women can be friends without benefits. A Twitter user's post went viral when she describes how she shifts her dynamic with male friends whenever he enters into a serious relationship with another woman.
Let's get right into it, ladies. So Twitter user Lola and Stitch says, when my male friends get into a relationship, I really alter the friendship dynamic. I do it because I love and respect my friend and respect their partner too. I hate to be that friend that makes his lady feel weird and or insecure for no reason. I text and call less too.
All right, she said that, and there were a lot of comments, so let's get into them because I'm interested to see what people had to say. Tori, kick us off.
All right, y'all, so this one user commented, true. Some females love to be that I know him better than you, love and basketball type of thing. It shows low self-esteem and lack self-respect.
All right, well, check out this person. This is a Bidney Badu responding, saying, why would I need to step aside if I'm just a friend? Let's make sense now, ladies.
Okay, ladies, let's make sense. So if your male friend gets into a serious relationship and you're really just friends, should the dynamic shift?
I think it depends on what the dynamic y'all have already. So I grew up with a lot of male friends. I'm a tomboy, you know, a guy's girl kind of friend. So I feel like there are guys that I would call in the middle of the night and I know they would pick up if I needed them. But if I know they got a girl, I'm not gonna call them like that in the middle. I don't even want her mind to wander.
Yeah.
I'm also
As a
going
woman.
to, and if a guy is like, this somebody I'm taking serious, I'm like, well, let me meet her. So she can know that our friendship is genuine and real and she don't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
I think it's when the girlfriend or the friend, the homegirl doesn't want to meet the girlfriend that makes it weird and awkward.
I feel like it's the guy, right? So I have a lot of guy friends, right? And this happened to me where my guy friend wasn't really explaining our friendship well to his significant other. And so it was really his fault. I'm like, bro, did you tell her I don't want you? If I wanted you, I'd have had you 10 years ago. I don't want you. What's the problem? The fact is he wants me, and so he's kind of creating this jealousy situation to kind of, I don't know, spark certain reactions from her or myself. I'm like, bro, I had to cut off the friendship. I'm like, you know what, don't do that with me. So that wasn't very genuine. But for me, I'm not gonna call you in the middle of the night, but I still expect for you to be there for me as a friend if we're truly gonna be friends.
Right.
And if your girl is insecure about that, it is your responsibility to explain it to her. I don't want you. If you're in the friend zone, boy, you always be in the friend zone.
Right.
That's how it is.
That is how it is. I feel like, you know, a lot of times, and when it's kind of tricky, it's usually like some person like the other person, but they got friend zone, so they got to play that role.
Right.
Me personally, I am one of the bros, so I do have platonic male friends, but my significant other do know about them, and they respect my relationship. They're not calling me late.
Right.
But I would want that same respect, I feel like, for the woman. I want her to feel like I respect you, and I respect my friend. I want you to know I respect you, and I want this relationship, so I would want to meet her as well, and I want her to know I respect her as a woman.
I love that y'all are talking a lot about how the dynamic shifts, because I kind of want to know how. I want to know how, especially when you guys are talking about like, okay, I won't call you at late at night or whatever else. Because for me, a big thing is name calling, period. I think there's a lot of women friends or male friends who like to say, bro, sis, that's my bestie.
Right.
And I feel like it's just trying to put a one-up to the person who's in a relationship to say, oh no, look how close I am to him. And I feel like it's just acting funny. You know what I mean?
That's a terrible person.
Right. If you
But I'm
acting
not really
funny,
saying
you
so much
acting-
switch. I'm just saying, in a relationship period, if it's a friend, that's just like if it's a female friend. I'm not calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
It's just boundaries. It's just
Boundaries.
respect for a relationship, period.
And speaking of respect, I feel like I've been in a situation in a previous relationship where my boyfriend at the time had a lot of female friends, right? And so I went through them and vetted them with a fine-tooth comb. And I calculated, I'm like, you got about 6 of these women that are genuinely friends. And I can tell by the interaction, you know, as a woman, if somebody interested in your man, you can feel it,
You
right?
feel it.
So there were a few that would call. There were a few that would call. He might have them on speakerphone because he thinks I have nothing to hide, right? But the way that her interaction would be, I'm like, nah, that's so flirty.
You acted funny, and I'm hilarious.
Yeah,
So I did right back.
Or you are saying things like you want to hang out because you want him to foot the bill on things.
Oh, no, that's weird.
That's flirty. So I was
weird.
like, those friendships, you got to nip in the bud.
Well, what about this? What about this situation here? Okay, so one of my friends of, nearly a decade, we went to college together. We've been there for each other numerous times as he's had different relationships, been down and out, broken. I've been there, right? And it was interesting because his girlfriend at the time did not feel comfortable with me, never met me. I offered to meet her. I'm like, bro, I really, it is what it is. I don't really care. You're not really that important to me. That's just how I feel. But what happened was he was like, Demetri, I don't think we can be friends anymore. I'm like, I respect that. But you need to draw the line there and make it very clear. But what happened was you've known me for 10 years. You've known her for 2 years, whatever. So, and then you made your choice. But then what happens is they come running back to you like, Demetria, your friendship I value. And I'm like, bro, hold on now. You made your choice, and you should have chose us.
So that was her. Okay. Do you believe men and women can have authentic friendships with the opposite sex while in a relationship?
I think it's few and far between. So I have been, like I said, grew up with a lot of guy friends, and I had to break off some of those friendships, not because of even being in a relationship, but because eventually they just got attracted or thought like, maybe I could shoot my shot with you. So I feel like as long as nobody has ever crossed the line of flirting, of being intimate, of kissing, of having sex, like you can't cross none of those lines and then think you want to be in a friend zone. That's more than a friend. You like me. You waiting on me to
I feel like when we say friends, it's like that means best friends. I feel like there's level to friendships, and you could still have friends with a guy or woman if you're the opposite sex. They just don't have to be your best friend, maybe, unless they already were.
So can you be friends with somebody you already?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, wow.
I got a couple friends.
I don't think that's a platonic
You know what it is? Sometimes it's all about, let's just get this out the way. Now that it's out the way, we can actually focus on the friendship. That's not the point of entry.
Yeah,
not for every guy friend. But
Literally.
But I feel like, that ain't my friend. It's just
That's
real
not
cordial.
my friend.
Like, it's just like, hey, what's up?
sometimes those are the closest friends, though. I think sometimes with guys that you've in the past, it could be, for me, it's not every single guy that's my guy friend. I ain't you yet. But some of them I would have, and it's like it's just a different bond, right? It's a different, more like I can talk to you.
You didn't intimately bond.
There's no way in his, I think this is what's interesting, because when I describe a guy as my friend, I mean that.
I have friends, like you said, that are strictly platonic. We've never been there, never, even if they wanted to, I would cuss their ass out, right? Yeah. But then I also, as a girlfriend, looking on the outside, it's like, I don't want my guy to be friends with anybody that he's been intimate with. No.
Because there's a timeline, though? Like, let's say you've been intimate 10 years ago.
No, there is no timeline. And me and my dude, when we sit down, and when I get into another relationship, and even in my previous ones, I'm like, okay, anybody that you've been intimate with, across those lines
Let me
with,
tell you
no
why. I'm
more,
gonna tell you
no more
why.
communication.
So you feel like if you're entering a new relationship that you can make the demand of your significant other to say, cut off all of your female friends. Is that what you're saying?
That you have been
I ain't never been in a
with.
situation.
That you've been intimate with? Can you say
I have been in that situation, and I made it clear. If they, when we go through, because he had a lot. I'm talking, this my homegirl, this my homegirl, this. I'm like, okay, well, have you been intimate with any of them? Then those X'd out.
Did he X them out?
He did, and he unfollowed them.
Okay.
He definitely let them know
because
that
they were more than friends. They were more than friends. They were more than friends. Well, is there a threshold though? Like it's like in terms of not even intimacy or not, but how many female friends do you think your boyfriend should have? Or your companion?
I feel like I did lax on my boundaries. I feel like less than 5. But with this past one, he had 6 solid ones. And I was like, you really pushing it.
If your male friend or your boyfriend, significant other, let's say, had a sexual relationship or sexual past with a friend, it's not happening anymore, should they tell you about it, one? Because sometimes I feel like with guys, they don't even want to tell you about it because they know it's in the past, it'll never happen again, but they don't want to have to cut off that relationship.
But how do you know it's in the past, Akilu? Like, it could...
It's because I'm here.
History repeats it. But history repeats itself sometimes. So I feel like out of respect, I'm not gonna have a guy around, a guy that I've been intimate with, and I don't want you to do the same to me. Like, tell me if you've been intimate with a person, and especially
I'm
if
you
it's
dapping them up and we
right.
Before that's corny. That's
weird.
And don't have me around no bitch you I feel like if y'all did let me know, just in case she say some shit, I know what time it is. I need to know what time it is.
Yeah.
As a woman, my rule is as a woman and I'm in a relationship, nobody else, especially another woman, should be able to tell me something that you had the opportunity to tell me
There
first.
we go.
The street should not, shouldn't be able
Because
to
I
run
would
me down
never
my
do that to
business.
you. I would never let you find out something from another man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always gonna let you know so you don't go out looking sad.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel. I don't know. I feel like there are people who are gonna prey on your relationship, and some women just get a high off of that. Like, I could have your man at any moment.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
If
I want it, and I'm his best friend, I know everything about him, and that's scandalous.
Bestie, bro, sis, cut it all out.
But if that man loves you, but if your man loves you, he should listen to you, just like your woman should listen to you if you feel uncomfortable about a friendship, and you should be able to have a dialogue about it and go from there.
Yeah.
And if that person doesn't want to sacrifice their friend, you can't make them do it, and you just have to walk away from the situation and say that's not the person for you.
Okay,
but is that a friend thing or is it just a respect people relationship thing?
Yeah.
I think it's a respect thing.
I think it's just a respect thing,
It's a respect
period.
thing.
If that's your friend, it's your friend. Y'all should just be able to chop it up.
Right.
But just in general, everybody should just respect other people. It's boundaries.
That's a great way to end it, Tori, because I feel like it's all about respect. Respect your relationship, respect yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where you feel like you will get checked by one of us because